Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever around the world you're joining us from. I'm Maria Jang from PagerDuty, joining you from San Francisco. I'm a product marketer focused on our AIOps solution, and I'm sharing the virtual stage here with my colleague, Nigel Knott.
Thanks, Maria. So hi, I'm Nigel Knott. I'm a product manager for event intelligence at PagerDuty based up here in Toronto. Excited to be here with Maria today to share details about our new capabilities in AIOps to help reduce the time it takes to identify root cause.
We're super excited that you joined our session and cannot wait to share with you some of our latest AIOps innovations in our event intelligence product. As an added bonus, we'll give you a sneak peek into our product roadmap as well in terms of what's coming up next. Before I jump into today's presentation on how event intelligence product can help you identify the root cause, let me set some context on what we've heard from talking to our customers from all around the world. As we all know, consumer behavior has fundamentally shifted to online channels, with about 80% of all customer interactions being digital in nature. And every organization, regardless of industry, is facing these new challenges with the explosive demand for digital acceleration. 80% of organizations have seen increased pressure on digital services, and 40% believe that heightened pressures to keep digital services running perfectly at all times will just continue to grow on from here on. And of course, there's a lot of uncertainty about navigating this new world of digital everything. 60% of DevOps and IT Ops professionals said that they're concerned about how to identify and resolve incidents faster with existing time and resources. So top customer challenges and pain points that I've heard from talking to DevOps and IT Ops leaders like yourselves is one, being inundated with noise, suffering from noise from redundant alerts that could have been grouped together or alerts that are unactionable because they are false positives. And nearly 70% reported struggling with an increase in alert noise on a daily basis. The second customer challenge that I've heard time again and again is the confusion about the where and what, and the difficulty of getting down to the root cause of an incident very quickly and efficiently to identify the right domain expert who can really resolve the issue. And that's the focus of our presentation today. So we'll go into a lot more details on what kind of capabilities we have to solve that issue. And then the third and last pain point or challenge we've heard is the wasted time in manual tasks. So wasting time in completing common repetitive actions that could have been automated, or fixing recognizable anomalies that could have been automated as well. And nearly 65% of those that we spoke to said that they believe that automation can remove these manual processes to move faster and to help scale their work. Now, let me explain our unique approach to AIOps. As many of you already know, PagerDuty is a real-time operations platform which is continuously processing, analyzing, and routing event data. We act as an aggregation point for data coming from multiple monitoring tools across your tech stack, and we can provide a holistic view of your current state of operations. Our main goal and objective when an incident happens is to reduce the mean time to resolution by connecting distributed and centralized teams with the critical information that they need so that they can act quickly and efficiently. And we do this in a few ways using AIOps. First and foremost, we do it by compressing event noise so there are fewer events to investigate by grouping alerts using machine learning. Secondly, we surface key context and information like past incidents or related incidents or recent changes events that are highly correlated to the incident being investigated. And this allows responders to hone in on the place and time where the incident happened, greatly reducing the amount of time it takes to discover the actual root cause. And again, this is the focus of our presentation, so we'll go into a lot more detail on what's possible with our current product today and what's to come next. But last but not least, we also give users the ability to orchestrate and automate fixes for repeat incidents, which frees up developer time so that they can really focus on the more important tasks. We recently commissioned a global survey of 700 developers and IT ops professionals at companies with over 1,000 employees, and we found that nearly 60% said that finding the root cause of issues has become harder due to complexity in app and infrastructure monitoring, of course, due to the increased pressure of digital services, which we spoke about earlier. So we've been super hard at work in solving this problem, and we've been hyper-focused on addressing it with the power of AIOps. So now let me tell you what are some of the root cause capabilities in our event intelligence product. What we have available today in market is related incidents and past incidents, which helps you review similar incidents that are happening now, as well as similar incidents that have happened in the past. And armed with this information, you know whether the issue is affecting other services or other teams and how it was solved before, so that you can accelerate triage and figure out what you need to do next. What is new and what we're super excited to announce today is outlier incident, which flags rare and anomalous incidents that are out of the norm. And change correlation is the other new and exciting capability that we're announcing today, which highlights recent changes that could potentially be what's causing the incident. And equipped with this critical context, you can also determine what should be the next best step in the incident response. And then third and lastly, what's coming soon later this year is probable origin, which identifies the most likely origin points that's causing the incident. And then with this information, you can prioritize your investigation and not waste any time poking around services and incidents that are completely irrelevant. So all of these product capabilities are designed to accelerate productivity and help you resolve incidents faster than humanly possible. We're arming you with a lot of data and a lot of context and surfacing the answers to key critical questions you may have during the different stages or phases of the incident lifecycle. So what type of questions can PagerDuty Event Intelligence answer for you during the incident lifecycle? With related and past incidents, you can know the impact radius and whether other teams and services have also been affected. You can also know whether there was a similar incident like this one before in the past and how it was solved and by whom. With outlier incident, you will immediately know what type of incident you're dealing with, whether it's rare, as in this type of incident has not happened very often before, whether it's anomalous, as it's almost never happened before, or frequent, as in this type of incident has happened a lot. So you can determine the next best steps. With change correlation, you'll know what changes took place recently that could potentially be the cause of the incident, as 85% of incidents are caused by changes to code or infrastructure, so that you can more efficiently and effectively identify the potential contributing factor. And what we're working on next towards early access is probable origin, which will point you to all the services and incidents where the source of the problem may be and answer the question of where a major incident could be coming from. Now I'll turn it over to Nigel to go over each one of these features in more detail.
Thanks, Maria. Now, one of the first questions we aim to help answer today is assessing what the impact radius of an incident is, and if the issue you're investigating has broader impacts on other teams across your organization. Related incidents looks across services and shows the real-time incidents that are likely related to what you're actively investigating. By using a combination of service dependency information, inferring relatedness through machine learning, and learning from input that your team has provided in the past, related incidents helps you quickly answer whether the issue you're working on is local or there's a wider impact you need to assess. The next area of focus we can help with today is answering, how was this solved before? Past incidents find similar incidents that have occurred previously and surfaces them to provide rapid context on when an issue last happened, who resolved it, the duration it lasted, and the patterns in which it recently occurred, giving you the ability to rapidly pick up details on what was done last time, accelerating your time to resolution as you don't need to repeat those same steps again. Both related incidents and past incidents are in market and available for our event intelligence and digital operations customers. Now to our new capabilities that we're excited to announce at Summit this year. The first being outlier incident. A very related question to how did we solve this before is simply, have we seen this before? We've heard frequently from responders that being heads down response efforts on a rotating on-call schedule, that critical context is missing on experience with similar incidents. Outlier incidents provides that context quickly with rapid identification on how often incident types have occurred on a service. Using an incident templating approach, outlier incident shows whether an incident is an anomaly, such as it's never occurred in the past 30 days. Frequent, or it's occurred more than 20% of the time, you likely have runbooks or planned responses available. Or rare, where it's occurred less than 5% of the time. Individual responders may not have direct experience, but definitely someone on the team does. We're showing these quick insights to help guide those immediate steps and where to look first during your triage process. Change correlation is a second new feature we're excited to announce for Summit. Change is the most common cause of an incident. Sources from Google's SRE textbooks to analyst reports, and sources point to change being the underlying reason for 70 to up to 85% of all incidents. So answering that critical question, what changed, is essential when aiming to identify potential incident resolution paths. And there's a bigger challenge here too, in that there's just so much change to track. In today's landscape where continuous delivery and deployment are the norm, combined with an ever-growing amount of microservices, the amount of change grows and grows. PagerDuty can help by narrowing down the changes that matter most. With change correlation, we're continuing to grow our capability to bring change events into PagerDuty with numerous supported direct integrations and the flexibility to send change events in from any system you're choosing. Using event intelligence, we can now connect the changes that are most relevant to the incident you're involved in. We surface important changes by the recency they occurred, the occurrence on your own and dependent services, and for event intelligence, we use machine learning to connect patterns between changes and incidents. Now, both outlier incident and change correlation are new capabilities that are now available to PagerDuty event intelligence and digital operations customers as of Summit today. Lastly, a preview of what's coming next. We've heard many times that for large incidents that have cross-cutting impact across multiple services, the effort to determine where an incident originates takes a ton of effort and resources. Massive conference bridges with swarming and elimination efforts are the norm in these cases. We're aiming to help address the question of where did this issue come from with probable origin. Using machine learning to examine causality patterns, how incidents occurred historically, combined with a knowledge of defined dependencies, probable origin will help point out where and where not to pay attention in your investigation, helping cutting down critical minutes in major triage efforts. Probable origin will be available for event intelligence and digital operations customers in the third quarter of this year. Now with AIOps and event intelligence at PagerDuty, our goal is to reduce the time it takes to diagnose and resolve incidents as much as possible. Those critical questions you need to answer during a major incident, such as what's the impact radius? What's the extent of this issue? Have we seen this before? How was it solved before? Where did this issue originate? And what changed recently? Previously, all had to be answered in disparate tools and experiences. For major issues, just collecting this information can take 20 to 30 minutes of critical time and cascade further as responders and stakeholders join the response effort, searching for these details independently. With event intelligence, you now have all the context available immediately at your fingertips, so you can answer these questions quickly and focus on what matters to return service rapidly. So that's all for our discussion on how PagerDuty's AIOps can help dig deeper into root cause and accelerate time to resolution. You're welcome to learn more on the material we have at PagerDuty.com. If you want to see these capabilities in action in your own environment, I'd highly encourage you to reach out to your customer success or sales contact for starting a trial of event intelligence. If you had any questions about what we discussed today, general questions about event intelligence AIOps, or want to see a demo of these new capabilities in action, please drop by the AIOps booth to chat with Maria, myself, and the rest of the AIOps team at PagerDuty. Thanks again for attending and hope you enjoy the rest of the great material here at PagerDuty Summit.